The Secret of the Old Tailor. I am Hannah. For as long as I can remember, I have loved sewing. When I was a child, I would collect small pieces of fabric and sew clothes for my dolls. But no one ever took me seriously. My mother would say, "Sewing is not a real job. You should find something better." My father suggested that I study something else. But deep in my heart, I knew that sewing was what I truly loved. One day I heard about an old tailor living at the end of the old street. People said that he used to sew clothes for the nobility, but now no one ever saw him. I decided to go find him. When I reached his old shop, my heart was pounding. I knocked on the wooden door. A few moments later, a man with a white beard and kind eyes opened it. He looked at me with curiosity and asked, "What are you looking for, my child?" Feeling a little shy, I said, "I want to learn sewing. I heard that you were the best tailor in town." The old man smiled and said, "Sewing is not just stitching. It is an art. If you want to learn, you must be patient." I nodded eagerly. From the next morning, I started going to his small shop early every day. He taught me how to feel the fabrics and choose the best ones, how to hold the scissors so my cuts would be precise, how to thread a needle without rushing. Weeks passed, and I learned many things. But I had one problem. I lacked confidence. One day, the old man handed me a beautiful silk fabric and said, "Take this fabric and sew a masterpiece." My eyes widened. "But I'm not ready yet." With a gentle smile, he said, "You have been ready from the very first day. You just didn't believe in yourself." That night, I sat by my sewing machine for hours. Every time I wanted to cut the fabric, I hesitated. But then I remembered the old man's words. If he believes in me, why shouldn't I believe in myself? I started sewing. The needle and thread danced in my hands. For the first time, I designed without fear, cut with confidence, sewed with passion, and corrected my mistakes patiently. When I finished, I could hardly believe my own eyes. I took the dress to the old man. He looked at and then smiled. "This is the best dress I have seen in all these years." A few days later, he placed the dress in his shop window. People passing by stopped and stared at it in admiration. One day, a wealthy woman entered the shop and asked, "Who made this dress? I want to place an order." The old man turned to me and said, "My child, tell her it was your work." Hesitantly, I said, I made it." The woman smiled and said, "Then I will be your first real customer." From that day on, more and more orders started coming in. No one told me anymore that sewing had no future. I not only became a tailor, but I also realized that the most important thing in life is to believe in yourself.